August 29th, 2005, the day that would forever change the lives of New Orleanians and everyone living along the Gulf Coast. Hurricane Katrina would make landfall, and in New Orleans, failing levees would cause heavy flooding, destroying homes and businesses in many areas, including eastern New Orleans. In this story, we'll take a look at two businesses in eastern New Orleans. 10 years after Hurricane Katrina, both businesses are thriving and see a bright future in the area. The first business is Crescent Crown Distributing, whose executives say returning to East NOLA and rebuilding was never an option.
I remember coming to visit the site about 2 weeks after they started cleaning it out. I'm standing outside and there's not an insect or bird or sound. Quiet as can be.
In the weeks following Hurricane Katrina, much of New Orleans was a ghost town. Executives from Crescent Crown Distributing were some of the first to return and assess the damage to their corporate headquarters in eastern New Orleans.
Even though Katrina hit, structurally, we were here. It didn't hurt this building. We lost about 2% of the roof in two corners where the wind picked it up. All the water came in, the water was about here, about 4 or 5 feet within the building and warehouse.
But although the structure was still intact, the building suffered a lot of interior damage.
All of this got damaged, fell, ruined. 400,000 cases of product that we had to pick up. They actually physically scooped it up with backhoe machines and put it in dumpsters.
But the property damage wasn't Crescent Crown's first concern.
Well, the first thought was our employees, that they were all safe and that hopefully that they didn't get impacted. It turned out that they did.
223 people worked out of Crescent Crown's corporate headquarters when Katrina hit, and of that, 70% suffered significant losses, with half of them losing everything.
We were fortunate enough at the time that we had locations in Baton Rouge, Thibodaux, and Lafayette, so we had places for people to go and work from, as well as start distributing.
4 weeks after Katrina, 85% of Crescent Crown's employees were back working, housed at other locations that weren't hit by the storm. With the Katrina Relief Fund in place to help expedite recovery efforts for their employees, Crescent Crown hardly missed a beat in their distribution.
As soon as they were allowing stores to open, we were there delivering. We were delivering out of Thibodaux primarily. We were delivering cases out of this warehouse on December 19th.
3.5 months after Katrina made landfall, Crescent Crown was back, operating out of its corporate headquarters in eastern New Orleans.
This location here, we're only, 10 minutes from the French Quarter. We do a lot of business in the French Quarter. Not only servicing the French Quarter in New Orleans and Uptown with the interstate system over the Jefferson Parish, but even more important, St. Tammany Parish, because you're right here by the interstate. So it was important to us because of the location. It was a prime location logistically.
And the numbers back that claim. About 5 months after Katrina, Crescent Crown delivered 80% of their volume to the 60% of the stores that reopened. 12 months before Katrina, Crescent Crown delivered 4.1 million cases out of their New Orleans East facility. Today, that number has increased to 5.2 million cases. Business is better today than it was 10 years ago.
One of the reasons we built here is because the economics worked. One of the reasons we came back is because we own this building here and the economics work. We have never had any problems being located here in New Orleans East. And as the numbers I said, we've had some good success working out of this facility.